stream and then realized whilst I was going through ad roll.
Okay, why it went straight to, oh my god.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to MotorMouth Broadcasting. Welcome into the High Point Racing IMSA Championship live from Long Beach, California here this evening for round 3 of this season, where the concrete jungle of California welcomes us for multi-class racing on board of the Sports Car Championship here in High Point Racing. Commentators this evening, well, myself, Hamish Runner, with Jim Cunningham alongside. Jim, it is a big night of racing for these drivers. Long Beach, it's my favourite street circuit on the iRacing calendar personally, and it's one which is going to not only throw out big tests for these drivers, big pressure for them as well, but the possibility of a large amount of cautions too.
Yeah, I agree. This is definitely a tough track. I mean, it's it's tough. You got to really, you just got to watch yourself, man. There's very few areas that you can make any kind of mistake at all, even the smallest kind of mistakes. We still got some guys out there on the track, though. I was about to not show this, but we still have a couple of guys out there trying to finish up a lap here, see if we got anybody that's on a real heater.
Yeah, I don't know if any of them are on a particular heater of a lap. I mean, obviously the traffic has a big part to play in how your qualifying can come together around here. I think one of the biggest tests that drivers will often fight at this place not only is dealing with that traffic, but also then, finding a place to get past the traffic as well. And with the 3 separate classes tonight of the GTP, the LMP2 and the GTD, it's going to make it that little bit tougher, because obviously in IMSA when we race here, the Grand Prix only has the GTPs and the GTDs. There's no LMP2s that take part in that Grand Prix weekend. Same thing for Detroit, because, well, the fact of they have about 50 cars on track, a bit hard to add the LMP2s as well into that factor. But roughly 30 cars tonight, Jim. 6 of them the GTPs, 7 LMP2s, and the rest are made up of the GTDs as well. It will be a bit of a test for them. I think that, luckily though for them, each class has their own separate start, so It's not going to mean that they're all going to be compounded together on the start line. The issue is if the GTPs and the LMP2s catch trouble through turn 1, then those GTDs are going to have nowhere to go. And then it's all hell could possibly break loose.
No, that's not that's ever happened before. We've never seen anything like that.
No, it's not like I've ever called a race where 5 out of 30 cars finished in the end, but But the starting grid for... Yeah, it was here. Starting grid for tonight's race, though, will be as follows. Tim Keane will start pole position on board his Porsche alongside the Cadillac of Andrew Voigt. Then an all-Ferrari second row of the grid with Kenneth Clodden and Carlos Ruiz in behind them. The LMP2s then have qualified faster than 2 of the GTP cars, with Nicholas Johnson, Jason Blaine starting ahead of Lake and Shaw, and Daniel Nans with Dylan Ackley and John Espada for the top 6 of the LMP2 class. Then it is David Dumont and Aaron Lewis for our final 2 GTP cars. Now, they will roll around at the back of the GTP field. They're not going to be lined up behind the LMP2s, so they will be able to take part in the regular GTP start. Then for our GTDs, Daniel Pino proving once again that he is the fastest GTD driver in the field. Puts it on pole once again. He looks to go 3-0 here tonight this season. We'll see how well he can do that here in Long Beach. Patrick Rich will line up alongside him with Cody Williams and Tashawn Green in behind, with Jared McKee and Christian Ruiz for the top 6 of this class. Donald Powell, and John Voigt in behind them, with Kevin Batchelor and Mike Nitti Jr. On the back of them, with Jose Valentin and Jean Swan for 24th position on the road. Aaron Gomez and Richard Newman then line up behind them, with David Gallant, the last placed LMP2 car, not setting a time in qualifying. He will line up on the back of the LMP2 field, with Edward Delano and Trevor Thomas making up our 29 car grid this evening, one short of 30. Will that one car short make the difference or not in how chaotic this race could be? Jim,
I'm going with not.
Yeah, and this is nothing against obviously High Point.
It's
the reality of Long Beach. It's the reality of Long Beach. As much as I love Long Beach, every time you come racing here, you are almost guaranteed a caution or a safety car, whether that's a live safety car or the iRacing safety car. You are pretty much bang on guaranteed it unless it's an official. I mean, that's really the only case that you do not see it happening. And it's rare to have a full green run in single class cars, even single make cars, Jim. It's rare. When you put multi-class together here at this place, it makes it that little bit harder.
Yeah, this is, I mean, if you've never driven this course, it's hard to conceive how tight it is and the differences in speed. I mean, these cars get down below 20 miles an hour on this track.
It's one of the only courses that they use first gear.
Yeah.
I don't even think if there's actually another track on the calendar which they use first gear to continue a lap. Actually, I'll have a look. Detroit, maybe. But that's a big maybe.
Yeah.
And
not Belle Isle. Not Belle Isle.
No, it is Belle Isle because we don't have the regular Detroit street circuit that they run in real life. We only have Belle Isle. So.
I was talking about in real life. In
real life, yes, the actual Detroit street circuit they use first gear, and St. Petersburg as well. For the GTD racing, as the GTPs will get us going green here, and the LMP2s will run it up towards the start-finish line as well. They're only just coming into the final corner, so they left plenty of room, Jim. Very smart from the organisers.
We got one in the wall at turn 1.
Yep, not surprised. It happens for the GTPs. LMP2s, though, get us going on the bottom screen. As lap 1 is underway, where are the GTD cars? They're just coming up towards the start-finish line now as well. Edward Delano, Richard Newman haven't even made it to the line, Jim. They've had to pull it up at the final corner. Luckily, they've not hit the wall. But I don't see anyone who's ended up in major strife. Aaron Gomez has started from pit lane, so possibly a smart decision from him in the Lamborghini.
Yeah, that might be the genius decision of the race here. No, I mean, everything's so far so good. I mean, I was a little nervous about that turn 1 situation, but it got by okay. Somebody just side slapped those tires, which isn't the worst thing in the world. These GTP cars here are coming up on the hairpin now. This is where it can get kinked up pretty good too when the traffic starts getting mixed up with different speed cars, because the reality is the GTD cars go through the hairpin faster than both of the prototypes. So that's when it really gets weird.
At the moment here for Trevor Thomas up at turn 6. So he comes through. I'm going to assume he touches caught the curb straight into the wall. That's a very broken and battered GTD McLaren. David Gallant in the LMP2 class as well has had strife down at turn 9 here on the entry to the start of the Formula D section here at Long Beach, and it's just gone round and looped and into the tyre barrier. These are the danger zones of this track, Jim. John Esparta as well also copped an issue too. He's kept it going though. I think it's just SDK playing funny buggers with me though, claiming he crashed when he just pulled it up to a near stop at the final corner.
Yeah, that's again, that's, I actually reset my speed sensitivity on SDK to try to slow that down a little bit, because this track will wreak havoc. It'll tell you every car crashes when they get to the hairpin.
Why do I change that, Jim?
So go into the F3 menu, and it is
crash threshold speed.
Yep, there it is.
We'll go. What did you set it to? Do we think 40?
I set it to 10 kilometers.
Oh well, it's set to 10 kilometers. We'll do that.
Yeah, because it was set. Mine was set to 20, and the last time I did a Long Beach race, it told me every single car crashed.
Yeah, so it'll do that. It'll also do that as they come into pit lane. Carlos Ruiz has had an issue at turn 1, Jim, in the GTP class. Replay on the second screen now for you. This is how it happened. So I'm going to assume missed braking marker or locked brakes. Yep, exactly. Braked that little bit too late, went a little bit too deep. Lucky not to hit the tire barrier.
Well, he was smart. I mean, that's a smart move. I mean, steered off into the runoff area.
Oh no, he did. Wait a minute. He did hit it. He did hit it. Sorry, but that car has got heavy damage. So this is already this is an early loss for the GTD class. He can't turn, Jim. That's the issue.
Not him.
His steering's broken.
The guys behind him were just like,
I know.
I mean, they clearly saw him, and they were just like pouring into the back of him. Oh my goodness!
He's now towed back to pit lane. So smart move there.
Bad night for him.
For Carlos.
All right, I hate to leave this battle up front, but let's go see what's going on back here in these GTDs. See if there's anything hot and heavy back here. Wait a minute. So Daniel Pino is not in the lead.
No, well, he lost the lead off the start, it seems.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So let me. I'll have a look.
Yeah,
back
see if you can find that. Yeah,
my list to see where he's lost this, Jim.
Remember, you got the search feature.
Again, oh, this is true. This is very true. Gonna save me so much time, Jim.
I know. I was so excited when I got shown that. I was like, it was the greatest thing ever. It's the little things in life sometimes that make you happy. Man, I tell you what, though, as rough as this course can be to drive, especially in these multi-class races like this. Oh, these two are getting after it up here. First and second place. Man, Voigt is all over him. Vought?
Oh, it was literally off the start line, Jim. Like, it was literally on the start he passed him. So I'm going to assume it was out of the last corner because they were on their rolling start.
Yeah, he could have missed a gear or something too, been in the wrong gear or something. Who knows?
Actually, I've just realised, Jim, pole for Daniel here. Actually,
wrong side of the track.
It's the wrong side of the track because he's going to end up on the outside of the last corner.
Yep. You should have the ability to pick that.
And they've gone green.
Wait, yellow. No, we got a yellow flag. Hold on, we got a yellow flag.
Oh, okay. We'll have a look. Okay, that search feature is amazing.
Yeah,
it's
right.
Aaron Gomez, Jim. It's Aaron Gomez. This is what's happened to him.
Got it? Okay.
In the Lamborghini, the only Lambo in the whole field. Down at turn 7. Oh, classic Lambo goes round into the barrier.
That can't be. Well,
we got too bad.
No, we had this too at the same time. Oh, of course, my replays are. One day I'll learn to do that. Oh no, he's just stopping.
You could have just pressed play, Jim. That will also put it to full speed.
Oh, I didn't know that. See, time saver.
You're learning, Jim.
Yeah,
learning, Jim.
Step by step. Yeah, I don't know. That's very odd. I don't see.
Maybe Carlos pulled a sneaky here. He's in pit lane. He's like, let's just call it yellow. Let's see what happens if we call the yellow flag.
Right. You have the right to. That's how it works in this league, as Carlos explained. You have the right, if you got a meatball, to call a yellow flag.
I think that's what he's done.
Yeah, I mean, and he's got that right. I mean, he's certainly, just because he runs the league doesn't mean he shouldn't have that right.
No, I would do it. When we head back to live as well, Jim. Obviously, he is actually back out on track. So
is he a lap down?
Cars coming. See, these cars now, these GTPs, they're ahead of the pace car. So unless they're being told to let the pace car pass, they actually should have just kept going. Because they could have kept going, ran around whilst everyone else is stuck behind it, and go into pit lane.
Oh, they could have, huh?
They would have had such an advantage if they just kept going. Now, unless iRacing said pull in behind the safety car.
Yeah, right.
Different story.
Which it may have.
It may have, but they were ahead of it when it came out of pit lane.
Hey, let me see something. All right, when we pass the pit entrance here, if the lights don't go out on the safety car, we're going to pull somebody in here and ask them. The question is, can I pull somebody in from all the way at the top up there?
You're going to have to shrink the channels, Jim.
Oh. Yeah,
and if it's showing all the channels of the one above, you just click on mark as red, and then it will close the ones that it's trying to show you. There we go. I can do it.
Okay, you can drag? Okay, so let's wait and see.
We shouldn't go green this next lap. We should at least
that's true, because he's got the lights on.
A lap or two under the pace car. So
let's pull Carlos in.
Let's have a chat to him. Illegally drag him in.
Yeah, we'll just.
Hello, Carlos. We've illegally dragged you in here. Did you call the yellow?
I did.
and we were saying on the broadcast that you absolutely had the right to do that. That's how this whole system works. If you get meatballed, you know, and so that's fine. My question is, just now when you were back out on track there, was, do you know if the pace car was telling those GTP cars? There were several GTPs that were right in front of the pace car, and we were wondering if the pace car, or if iRacing was saying let the pace car by, or if they just let the pace car by. Because if it didn't tell them, they in theory could have speeded up, went around, pitted, and been still way ahead of everybody.
I think it might have told them to give position back. I'm not entirely sure. I would have to look at the race control back on the review.
Interesting.
But most likely iRacing told them to give the position.
Well, since the pace car lights are still not out, that means we got this lap and a whole nother one, I guess, huh?
Correct.
I would say so.
We should go snatch one of those guys up front. Kenneth,
when I called the yellow, it said yellow, but it didn't potentially throw the yellow until the boys told me, "Hey, the yellow's not out," but on my screen it is, like the command, and then it came out.
We've had confirmation. It told them to.
So it might have been.
Oh, okay.
As well.
Yeah, it might have been the pace car.
Yeah.
Surely you're gonna pit again for a little bit more fuel, aren't you, Carlos? Surely.
I do. Yep. I gotta pit again.
Yep.
All right.
Well, like right now. I mean, right now. Surely you're just gonna sneak in, take a bit more fuel, because you'll be ahead of them still.
Well, I don't know why he would. He just came out. Oh, well, let's not talk.
Because it's an extra lap.
Let's not discuss his strategy on the live broadcast. One way or the other.
Extra lap.
one way or the other. I was about to go, well, he can get track position if he doesn't, but no, we won't do that. We won't do that live on air either way. Anyway, that's what we were curious about. We weren't gonna. We obviously it's a good demonstration of how the yellow flag works for people. If you get meatballed, you have that right, and that's fine. We were more curious about those other guys, if they could have snuck almost a full lap out of that if they'd have just took off when the pace car was coming.
Correct.
So, all right, man. Well, we'll drop you back in. Good luck.
Yes, sir.
Hope you can bounce back from that.
Yes, sir.
If this pace car goes another lap, I think he should pit again for more fuel.
I see. If I were him, I would not pit, hoping that everybody else pits and I get track position back.
But the issue now is, Jim, they're not going to pit now because they're behind the pace car. So if they were going to pit, they would have had to pit when the pace car was called, whilst everyone was not bunched up together again.
I guess you're right. So at this point...
Where for Carlos, he's just gotten his lap back.
Yeah.
And he's at the back of the field, so he's not going to lose anything necessarily.
Right.
And he's then going to have 2 laps extra of fuel, which will save him on a pit stop later.
So one thing we haven't talked about is, the pit road entrance here is very weird.
Horrid. Absolutely horrid. They should use the Formula D entry, which is at the other side of the final corner.
Yeah. It's when I called a race here a week or so ago, they were a guy just happened to just drift by it, and okay.
Also, Aaron Lewis is texting us while he's driving. Just to confirm.
Well, I was going to say that didn't work out well for Tim. I was going to say that didn't work out for Tim, but that wasn't Tim doing the texting last week. So you heard us talk about that on the broadcast, it was confirmed that it was not Tim texting us when he wrecked. Okay.
No. So, and to be fair to Tim, yes. He's come into pit lane, Jim. Look at this.
Sure, you told him to.
The strats from Carlos here. It's going to pay off, man. It'll pay off. Trust me.
Yeah, I mean, he certainly has
extra fuel.
He certainly has nothing to lose, for sure. Where
exactly.
He's at.
It's like nothing to lose. If we get another pace car shortly, he's going to get back onto the rear of the GTPs because they obviously wave around the GTPs to be in. Like they wave around the faster cars to be into their train. This here could be a very sound strategy for Carlos because he's easily going to be able to get past these GTDs and these LMP2s.
So what does he do here? He's actually gained spots, but he can't do that.
So no. He can because he's exited pit lane, and because they're a slower class of car, he can come past them because he's supposed to be on the back of the GTP train.
Oh, okay.
So to give the rundown here, when it's an iRacing yellow flag and it's an iRacing safety car, it will resituate everyone into their classes for the restart.
Oh,
so Carlos
okay.
has every right to come past the other classes.
Oh.
So he has now had a net gain of 2 laps worth of fuel, because he's obviously been running for 2 laps since he came out.
Yes.
Has put 2 laps of fuel in, and then can just push on.
Okay, well, for some reason, he's now stopped behind the LMP2 cars.
Oh,
there he goes. There he goes. Okay,
yeah.
I'm just watching.
Yeah, he was
waiting. I'm watching scoring and timing. So David Gallant needs to get up there, or he's going to end up causing us to go another lap on the caution.
No, we won't. We won't. It will go, because the light's red. It will go green.
Well, he needs to get his behind.
We're going green, Jim.
We are going green. All right. Well,
we can see though the absolute scramble of LMP2s and GTDs, but look at how well that's worked out now for Carlos.
Sure, no,
he's
absolutely.
back onto the GTP train, and he's got 2 laps worth of fuel gain. So it's around about 6 seconds that he will gain back in the pit stop now. If he can keep this race clean, Jim, and stay on the back of the train, this could be a race-winning maneuver of Carlos's, as it is just a car park, Jim, at the last corner. I've just looked back. It is a car park down there of cars struggling to get through on this restart.
Yeah, that's a tough spot there, man, to be hung out on the backside of that hairpin when the green comes out. Oh, my gosh. I can't even imagine.
Aaron Lewis has called for you to bring out a Murray Walker impression, Jim.
I don't have one. I told him that this week in chat. I dream to be, I dream to
Pino!
be.
Sorry, Jim. Daniel Pino's had an incident out at turn 6.
By himself?
The championship leader of the GTDs has done it all on his own. Up at turn 6. Has he caught the curb? No, he did, and it lost the rear. Around it went. No contact with the wall, luckily for him. But it's lost time, lost positions, and now he's going to have to race his way back to the front of the GTD field. Oh, no! Kenneth Clodden off the road at turn 1 as well, Jim.
Oh, my gosh. He did. He overshot it. There it is. He overshot it. Let's take a look at it real quick. I'm sure he just one of those classic. This is as Long Beach as it gets right here.
Just like Carlos.
Oh, he
just tagged the wall.
He did tag it a little bit too, didn't he?
Yeah, so that could be a bit of damage on that Ferrari of Kenneth.
Let's where is he at? Let's see. We're riding with him
right there.
already.
You're on him right now.
Let's do this.
It's fine.
Yeah, his wheel looks all right, so it's probably not the worst thing in the world. He's he's back behind Carlos, and he's got a pretty good gap to make up now, but he's just ahead of the leaders of the LMP group. Let's see if we'll know quickly if he's got damage, if these LMP cars can run with him.
Jim, sorry, Aaron Lewis is up here at turn 10, just rejoining in the Porsche. He overshot it under brakes.
Oh my goodness.
So I wonder if under this pace car, Jim, these brakes and tires have gotten a little bit cool, and they're obviously they're trying to attack it at race pace because that's what their rhythm was, and it's costing them in the corners. They're not adjusting for the change in tire temperatures here off the restart.
Yep, that's probably what's happening. Wow. And so he's back there. He stayed ahead of Culloden, though, even with that. So,
I think he was lucky he didn't hit the wall, and he just spun it back around again.
He did.
So that paid off for him.
Yeah. Now Culloden is got this GTD traffic in front of him because of how slow they got restarted. Man, alive! What a mess. Let's go back here to our LMP2 leader, Nicholas Johnston. He's working his way through this mess of traffic. He is. He is. Also, to Sean Green,
Bootsy, is leading the GTD field, and he's just ahead of David Gallant, who's trying to find his way past in the LMP2. I don't know how confident David is to try and make this move. It shouldn't be too difficult.
No.
And in fact, he gets it done at turn 7.
Bootsy's the kind of guy that's going to show respect to a faster car. He's not, he's not one of those guys. He is partners with Carlos and Daniel Pino.
And Daniel.
On that endurance team, and he's obviously another fast guy as well. But But also a respectful driver, good dude, you know. But
the only Audi in the field, he has just lost the lead to Patrick Rich, who's made his way through. So maybe a little bit of fuel saving here from Tashawn Green, possibly just trying to control his waste, keep it clean, and keep himself in the fight to the end.
Yeah, it could be.
Especially with that pace car, Jim. Bit of fuel saving now could go a long way in the pit stop. It's a long pit lane, like the longest pit lane we're going to see all season long. That's the reason why it's called Long Beach. How many times can you say long in a sentence, Jim? I've just said it 4 times. But no, it's long and it's slow.
You're very long-winded, by the way.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's painfully slow. Like it's
so was that sentence you delivered with 4 longs in it.
Thank you very much.
Did Dylan Ackley really crash, or is that just going through? Let me go look.
I don't know.
He's not in a place where it should have been. Oh,
yep. Yeah, he was
sure
actually.
Did.
He hit.
He hit. Who was that? Donald Powell. Was that Donald
Powell?
Was that Powell?
Edward Delano as well, I believe, was either held up by that, or he had his own incident. Let's
get Edward a little love here, because it won't show. Well, if I turn this on, it will. Yeah, he did have his own.
He just went way too deep.
Yeah, that's all right. He can recover. That's a good-looking car, by the way. So Edward's got his. He's got his camera on for us tonight. Yeah, he does. Him and Jason Blaine are the only 2 tonight.
Well, I love a POV cam like that, Jim. You get the old fisheye off the GoPro. See everything that they're doing in the rig. It's great.
Yeah, no, it's wonderful. I love the whole concept of this.
Jim, you've just absolutely mozzed him by showing his camera, because he's just had an incident.
He was probably watching.
Turn 5. He's hit the curb.
He'll be sending me a nasty message. Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, well, he just keep going. There you go. Don't let it out.
He did a burnout, nearly put it in the wall. So
them tires were. Oh, he did back it into the wall and tore the wing off of it. Yep. Oh, now he's going to tow it.
There's a souvenir for a fan out there.
I tell you what, watch him. No wing, and them rear tires are about 500 degrees right now from that burnout he just did. This thing is bound to loop.
Well, it's good that he's coming into the Formula Drift section, Jim, because he is actually running he's actually running an RTR drift livery on that car. It's the Pennzoil car of Formula D. So
there's a reason for that.
There's a reason for that. He's trying to do his
right here. This is gonna
Adam LD impression, apparently.
I mean, I got to give him credit. He's holding on to it a little bit here. That's not easy at all.
Well. No, it's not.
Because them tires are hot as hell. Oh, there it goes. They got him there.
Turn.
Yeah.
Yep. In the pit lane, get it fixed up. On your way.
Yeah.
Patrick Rich in pit lane as well. So he's just come in the GTD class.
Here comes Pino. Let's see what he's going to do here.
I wonder if we've got a this is going to be a horrible joke, Jim. I wonder if we've got a Sauvignon Blanc in the field as well, or maybe even a Cabernet out there.
Oh my God! Well, we are in California. I guess I'll let you slide on that one for this time.
Thank you very much. Aaron Lewis in pit lane as well. After the track extension down at turn 10, so he comes through the lane in his Porsche.
Yeah, Daniel pulled that off nicely. Just drove right under McKee there.
I tell you what, Jim. This series is making me wish we had our very own pit lane reporter, like actual IMSA. And to make it even better, since it's the sim, right? Obviously, and they obviously can't actually be in the pit lane. That we cut to them and we hear in the background of their microphone just random mechanic sounds happening, like they're in pit lane. You know, they've got air guns and engines refiring. Exactly, yeah. Air guns, engines refiring, all that stuff, just to make it feel like they're actually in pit lane.
Hyper units going.
Yeah. The Cadillac getting going again is fantastic, Jim. As Delano's actually just pulled up there at the fountain, as we've just seen Aaron Lewis come past him. So is Carlos Ruiz, who smartly listened to the commentators and came into pit lane to take an extra 2 laps worth of fuel under the pace car, is he our corrected leader at the moment, Jim? He is 15 seconds off of Tim Keane.
I would not go as far as to say he's the corrected leader at this point.
Oh, David Dumont in the GTP class has just had an incident down at turn 6. In fact, he's towed it back to pit lane, Jim.
What?
Let's have a look. Let's have a quick look.
Look at that. I'm on here. I got a battle for the lead here. Second
battle for the lead.
Second and third here for in the LMP2 class right now. So.
Oh, it snapped on him through 5, and he tried to catch it, and you're never going to catch a GTP when it's on a snap like that.
No, these things when they go around, they go around. So, by the way, I have found it is Jason Blaine that drives in VR, kicked back in the F1 style. Okay, so Jason, I hope you're not listening now because I don't want to distract you. But we need googly eyes, brother. We got to have them.
He still has not gotten the googly eyes.
We need our googly eyes.
We mentioned last week, Jim, obviously. Well, round 1 we said he needs googly eyes. Then of the GT challenge, we said he needs eyelashes.
That was you.
Last week I said he needs a wig as well.
Yeah, I'm not going for any of that. Look at this right here.
I think to match it now, Jim, just to continue the trend going, he also needs to add a pair of like comedic ears to the side of the VR headset, just to really bring it all together.
Some Mickey Mouse ears.
Yeah, it's like Mickey Mouse ears, or like just
Dumbo ears or something.
Massive Dumbo ears or something. You know, really bring the outfit all together for him.
Well, while you're saying that here, we have got a fantastic 3-car battle going on here in this LMP 2 category.
And this here, Jim, I mean, LMP 2, if you're doing a long distance endurance race, LMP 2 is probably the easiest class to do like a 24-hour race in. It's so easy because, well, it's easy in the terms of you only have to let GTPs pass in terms of faster traffic, and you can easily get past the GTDs.
Yes, I would agree with that.
I think it's more cruisy than GTD and GTP because, I don't know, I feel like GTD is a lot more intense because of how close it is. And then for GTP, you've got a lot more pressure because you've obviously got to find your way through the traffic, and you've then got to worry about the traffic getting in your way. Where if you're in the LMP2 class, it's just like a nice walk through the daisies, Jim. It's a lovely afternoon.
Is that what it is?
Take a picnic blanket with you. It is. It really is.
That's nice.
And I love doing an endurance race in the GT class.
A glass of Pinot Grigio, something like that.
Oh, I'm not a wine drinker personally, Jim, but if that tickles your fancy, then yes.
It doesn't tickle mine. My wife's a wine drinker. I mean, you'd have to be a drinker to be married to me, but that's another story entirely.
I'm sure she enjoys it, Jim. If you make up some Louisiana gumbo for her at some point, so.
Yeah, she does like my gumbo.
Oh, there you go.
She's a pretty good cook herself, though.
So are you the kind of man, Jim, who will mix meats in your gumbo? Maybe put some chorizo or
chicken and sausage. Oh yeah, chicken and sausage is So traditionally, it's either going to be a chicken and sausage gumbo. Oh, he got right on by him there. He just blew by him.
He did. He's fueling himself with the CrowdStrike LMP2 livery, of course, matching the real life car as Blaine tucks back in behind him. So he will try and sneak on with him up the order once again.
Yeah, chicken and sausage is your traditional gumbo, and then so you might or typically a seafood gumbo is another Louisiana gumbo thing. So it's usually one or the other. I personally am a chicken and sausage guy. The problem with seafood is it overcooks in a gumbo. You also almost have to make the gumbo and then add the seafood kind of as you serve it, to make it.
You'd almost need it to be like a crawfish or something like that. You know?
Well, even those though can overcook. So
yeah.
Look at this, man. We've got a battle going on here.
Well. We've got a great battle happening in LMP2. We've not got a battle happening in the GTP.
No, they've kind of spread out.
Because Tim Keen's built around about a 5.5 second gap. If he were to win tonight, he'd solidify himself as the championship leader in the GTP class. Ruiz, though, 18 seconds back on an alternate strategy, could pay off for him and get him a podium tonight if he can keep it clean. But in saying that, we did see last week at Sebring, Jim, the leader made a mistake. Got to be a lot more costly tonight, though, if you make a mistake here, because there is no room for error at this place.
100%. 100%. By the way, don't look now, but Daniel Pino's back up to second place in the GTDs, and he's only a half second behind Bootsy.
He's right there, isn't he? He's hot on his heels. As Delano, Valentine, and Thomas have had an incident as well, Jim. It seems, and that's why down at turn 9, so one of them's hit the wall at turn 9. This was Delano's incident. I have to wonder if he's pulled over to let traffic past him. He has indeed done that. He's done it pretty poorly, actually. Unfortunately, he's put it into the wall. This was Jose Valentine at turn 9, though. We just saw this car in the wall on the right-hand side of track. So he's come through. Oh my God, that is a massive shunt.
Oh, he bounced right across the track, too.
Turned in that little bit too early, clipped the wall, and in he went. And then this was David Gallant, and it looks to be another turn 5 victim of
what happened
the
to
curb.
Collard?
Oh no, he didn't even hit the curb.
Something happened to Collard. Oh, Collard pitted. Okay, Collard just pitted.
So this is we're getting into pit stop territory now. For the fuel call. 60% fuel limit on these cars. GTDs means that they're running around about I think it's around about 55 litres, or no, it'd be about 60 actually, because they're 110 on the max. So it's around about 60 to 65 litres on the GTD cars. LMP2s will be a bit less than that. Same for the GTPs, because they can only get about 50 minutes of green running on a regular tank. So these guys in the GTPs and the LMP2s will need to be coming into pit lane very shortly. The only one who won't is Carlos Ruiz, who has those 2 laps extra of fuel, as he's rocketing past these leaders at the moment.
He's rocketing past. You're proud of yourself.
Saw him come past.
I think that was Delano. Yeah, it was Delano. Spun around. They're facing traffic here.
Yeah.
He's
really having a poor time tonight. We're not going to compound it anymore for poor old Edward Delano. So, Tashawn Green has got Daniel Pino hot on his heels in the GTD class, and the Crown Strike entry at the moment of Daniel Nans putting pressure on Lakin Shaw, the Canadian, in P2 for the LMP2s at this stage. They've got 10 seconds up to the race leader of this class, and Nicholas Johnston. So plenty of action to come for P2 here in the LMP2 class. And the GTD lead is not decided just yet.
I tell you what, people say that the LMP2s are the one that don't get any TV time. You start running 4-car battles back to back like this, and
you get some of the best battling out of them, Jim, because it's the battling accoutrement of GTDs, and it's the pace of the GTPs. It's incredible. It's honestly, it is literally the best of both worlds. It's the Hannah Montana of racing.
Oh my God! I would turn my car in today.
The question is, do the LMP2s wear a blonde wig or not, Jim? That is the real puzzling issue of the times.
Well, the sad part is Hannah Montana's like 40 now.
No, she's 30, Jim.
She's got to be older than that, huh?
No, she's literally just turned 30.
Oh. Yeah, if I'm being honest, I remember when her dad was a big thing.
Oh, with his achy breaky heart.
I would tell you what, that was a big song, man.
I don't think you understand, Jim.
What don't I understand? That you're a Hannah Montana fan? That's quite disappointing. I have to admit.
I was referencing the lyrics of "Achy Breaky Heart," Jim.
I know you were.
You understand?
Oh, I didn't understand. You're right.
Oh.
You got. I missed that one. I usually don't miss them. I'm off today. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm focused on this LMP2 battle as they're working their way through G. Oh no! Right in front. Oh my gosh! Was that Dylan? That was Dylan. Oh my gosh!
Luckily, it was not Daniel Pino who was caught up in it.
No, it was Richard Newman.
Richard Newman.
Oh my gosh!
Rhiannon, I don't think Jim is even gonna know that exact reference, but I got it and it was a very good one. Thank you. In the chat there.
Oh no, the achy breaky heart? Are you kidding me?
No. She said no, they're the Lola of the race, which is a further reference to Hannah Montana.
Oh no, I didn't know that one. Yeah, I can honestly tell you that I've never seen anything to do with Hannah Montana, with the exception of when she was a coach on The Voice.
Jim, I'm just glad that I got you to say Hannah Montana on a broadcast. Because it sounds so good coming
I'm sure it does.
With your accent, Jim. It's fantastic.
Right. Hannah Montana needs to buy some Earl.
Some oil.
She needs to buy her some oil.
To be fair, it did take place in LA, so we're on brand for where we are.
There's nothing on brand about MotorMouth Broadcasting and Hannah Montana, okay? That is so off-brand.
We're here for the kids, Jim. We're here for the kids.
Yeah, we are. No, my thing says not kid-friendly when I'll check it on YouTube. Not kid-friendly.
Okay, that's good. Oh, my God. Every day I further make Jim question his life decisions.
No, that actually made me not question it at all.
I'm glad.
Yeah,
I'm glad it didn't. Jason Blaine in pit lane as well.
Yeah, they're starting to drift in there slowly but surely.
He's coming for an outfit change.
Oh my God!
Changing his tires, Jim. Also, Jim, happy 4th of July tomorrow for you.
Thank you. I probably shouldn't have eaten before this broadcast. I'm getting a little queasy. To be fair, I really, truly have no idea about Hannah Montana, with the exception of
Jim, I wouldn't expect you to be honest.
What? Oh,
Pino!
That's Pino!
It's come into the back of Tashawn Green and made further contact with Patrick Rich.
No. Did that really just happen?
It did. It did just happen, Jim.
Oh, he blasted him. He sure did. Pino stomped on the brakes because of that orange and white car that overshot the turn. I think Tashawn thought it was going to be a, something bad go there. Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Let me go back one more time. I got to see that again. Holy cow. Oh, where'd that
Johnston,
go?
Nance, and Shaw are also all in the pit lane, as well as Christian Ruiz, Jim. So I would expect the GTPs to enter pit lane very, very shortly here at the front of the field.
Yeah, let me. Wow, I don't even know what to say right now. I'm just shocked. It looks like Pino's car. Oh no, he's bounced. Oh no, he's got trouble. He's just bounced it off the wall.
I think visually it looks okay.
Yeah.
Physically, not particularly. So
let's go look at his steering wheel.
Yeah, it's slightly. I think it's slightly left hand down, or slightly right hand down, I should say. The question now will be, how does it go through the final corner? Oh, it turns okay.
He rotated it. Yeah, he did rotate it.
I think that helped that he carried speed, but
he's coming right in. Yeah.
Yeah, straight in. Get the car. Yeah, slight right hand down on it. You'll get the car fixed, but man, that's going to cost him, because Tashawn Green is also in pit lane. That's on board with Carlos Ruiz as well.
That's tough for those guys, man. But you know what? If anybody can recover from it, those two can.
Oh yeah.
But to be honest, I'm not that I wish anything bad on anyone ever, but a little excitement in the division isn't going to hurt anything either. If it helps, close up the points gap a little bit or something like that.
Race leader Tim Keane comes through turn 1. When does he pit on board
I mean,
Porsche.
It's got to be soon.
Leading Porsche, it has to be soon. That the pace car would have saved them a few laps for their fuel save. So I wonder how much more of a benefit Carlos will actually get now having those 2 extra laps of fuel, Jim.
We'll see.
Yeah. Because we haven't had another pace car. If we had another one, he could have fuel saved and possibly made it to the end.
Oh, I don't know about that. That's a big reach.
I don't know. He definitely could have pitted and underfueled and then saved to the end, because he would reap the benefits of that being under the pace car. But I tell you what, this circuit, I mean, as much as I love it, Jim, it never it somehow never ceases to amaze me, but also it also amazes me to every single time that how it can just lead to carnage and controversy, and then also just talks about random things as well. So it's Edward Delano needs to be careful of moving over there, because you can cop an unsafe pit entry if you cut that exit too early.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
So you'll need to be careful of that.
That's nasty.
Lakin Shaw as well in the LMP2 class is in the water, Jim. It is big contact for Lakin.
Yep. Let's see.
So let's see what happened down here at turn 10. So under brakes, looks to get it turned in. It just didn't want to go in. And, oh my God,
man!
And that there is the remnants.
That is some remnants too.
Everywhere.
Of Canadian hearts everywhere. Oh my goodness!
The remnants of the Edmonton Oilers fans' hearts everywhere if they lost to the Florida Panthers for the 2nd year in a row in the Stanley Cup final.
Here comes
Keane in.
Yep, here comes Keane down pit road. No surprise. So we've got Aaron Gomez is now our leader in the GTD class after pit stops have cycled, and our buddy Daniel and Bootsy are trying to recover from their little incident, which they are back in. Daniel's in 3rd place in class, but he is. Let's see, how far is he back? Makes me do math. I'm not a big math person.
So I think, Jim, as well,
yes.
Ruiz is going to need another 10 seconds of fuel to get home. Now, Keane has just underfueled the car to 14 seconds. So if Ruiz saved fuel under the pace car somehow, and he's been saving fuel this whole time, he could possibly just put in 8 seconds and get him quite a nice little gap over Andrew Voigt, who's P3 at the moment, but corrected P2 at this stage.
Why would he be corrected P2?
Oh, because that's where he was when he came in. So because Carlos needs to pit again.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. My bad.
Yeah. Provisionally, he's
I was
P2.
like, Tim Keane just pitted. How is he corrected?
Yeah, no. Provisionally, Andrew's P2, Tim's P1. But Carlos's strategy of listening to a commentator saying to him to come in and take 2 laps extra of fuel, he's in.
Yeah, he's coming right now
we'll
for
see if it pays off. So, Tim Keane, Tim will get him. As David Dumors had another incident as well. We won't compound his misery. So Tim Keane will pass Carlos in the pit lane because he had enough lead to make up the difference in the pit stop. But it's Andrew Voigt that's now the question, because Voigt's now heading up towards the final few corners. Ruiz is in the box.
6,
How long
7,
is the stop?
8, 9, 10,
he
11,
hasn't set his fuel.
12,
he hasn't set his fuel properly.
13.
He's overfueled. He overfueled, Jim.
13 seconds.
Yep, he overfueled. He didn't need that much to get home. Well, it's still a podium for him. It's still a podium for Carlos.
It's not over yet.
It's not over yet. It is not over yet.
You're writing the man off like he's dead. We still got 15 minutes left.
Well, and with Andrew Voigt making a mistake at turn 6, Jim, or turn 5, sorry, that's now going to bring Carlos Ruiz back a little bit on to the pace with him. He has got a lighter car than Andrew does, though, so he could be a little bit faster as well.
Yeah, I believe Vaught just might have scraped the wall there. I don't know.
Well, Edward Delano is still traversing the rear end of the field with some compounding issues of his. Gomez, who pit on lap 3, is still leading the way for the GTDs, but we predict he'll need another pit stop, Jim. Daniel Pino has underfueled his car comparatively to Sean Green.
Carlos is around!
5 seconds as Carlos has gone round. Cold tyres, cold brakes. What has happened to my iRacing? It's still going.
Ish. What? Did the link just...
It must have. No,
yeah,
it didn't.
Did the link die?
I'll send you another one. It's fine. It's fine on my end. So,
we'll just get out of that real quick, and we'll just go with this for now. Let's see. Carlos is trying to recover there, and now he's got Aaron Lewis all over his butt. Let's see if Carlos has got to be taking it easy. Them tires have got to be nasty right now. He just needs to hold on here through this slow section. And there's cars all over the place here.
That there is Christian Ruiz in the Jack Daniels BMW.
It's a good-looking car, by the way.
It is a good-looking car.
All right, let me get that new link you just sent me.
It should be the same link, but just see if it reloads just by putting it in again.
Back to that.
So this has been an intense night of racing at Long Beach. So intense, in fact, feels like we're camping.
That finished me off.
Yep.
I'm done there. That was just
like a crackling fireplace, Jim. I'm always
dude,
a warm thing to
why
come back
is your
to.
iRacing like 700 watts brighter than mine?
I told you it's because I have reshade.
You're gonna have to tell me what this reshade is. It's supposed to be a cloudy day, and you got it over there looking like it's an August afternoon in LA.
Even on a cloudy day in LA, Jim, it's still bright.
Oh, she's going around again. Or he?
Oh, around he goes.
Yeah, he.
Yep, Christian Ruiz. Jonas Sparta has just exited pit lane 2, so Aaron Gomez has now come past him. Yeah, I'll find the video that helped me install it, and I'll send it to you, Jim.
Aaron Lewis got by Carlos, but Carlos is fighting back now. He decided he thought better of that outside line going through there, which was probably a wise move.
Fastest lap of the race comes the way of Andrew Voigt, 1:13.89. So he's found some clean air, Jim.
He has indeed.
To push forward here. Kenneth Clodden currently trying to fight his way forward as well, but
he's got
Ruiz on the tail of Lewis.
Andrew's got a lot of room to make up, though, man. He's 14 seconds behind with less than 15 minutes to go in this race. All right, let's go. We had this wonderful battle down in the LMP2 cars, and we get a spinner out of that.
Completely
and it's just like,
window.
Yeah, it's like they're all spread out now. It's like it didn't even happen.
Oh, Jared McKee has just had a moment as well. Change for the lead in the GTD class, Jim.
Oh, yeah,
Daniel
there he
Pino
is.
has just gone past Aaron Gomez as he's come through into pit lane. So now Pino is 12 and a half minutes away from a third race win of the season if he can keep it clean here.
Yeah, but Bootsy's only a second behind him and coming hard.
He is.
Because Daniel just hit traffic and Bootsy is all over him right here.
And he's hot on his heels.
Yeah, with Daniel struggling to get by traffic, that's allowing Tashawn to stay on him, man.
He doesn't want to let him run away. I mean, that is for certain. Knowing the sort of pace that Daniel has,
yeah.
Tashawn is.
Anybody knows it, he does.
Yeah, and he with lights blinking the absolute life out of him at the moment with those headlights.
Oh, there goes another GTP car through there.
Well, it is.
Hey, we're coming up on the hairpin. I wonder if Bootsy's going to return the favor. Oh,
he might give him a receipt. He doesn't want to lose that front end, though, because that will hurt him massively. He'll lose aero, and it could affect the steering as well.
I mean, these guys have a nice gap to play with, too. It's 15 seconds back to the next car. Excuse me.
As they run in towards the fountain section, is this our battle for the race lead here this evening of the GTDs, or could they make a mistake, Jim, and come together and give the race win to John Voight?
I mean, they sure they can, but these guys race against each other a lot too. This league, these guys race in a lot of these different series against each other. They practice for these endurance races together. If any two guys in this field know each other's driving styles in these cars, it's these two.
As they run down towards the Formula D section here of Long Beach, they'll rocket underneath the Firestone sign. 10 minutes left, Jim. 10 minutes until we get to the final lap of this race. It's been a fantastic race thus far this evening.
Good race, yeah.
I mean, one of the better Long Beach races I've seen.
Yeah.
I think there's been enough action, enough of the chaos, and just some really good battling as well. Across all three classes.
And not a lot of stupid chaos. What?
It's not Daniel.
That was
his teammate.
Yeah, it was Richard Newman.
Yeah, Richard Newman. He was
a
giving
little
bit of a test there.
That car gets me every time, man.
So they've also now got the CrowdStrike entry of Daniel Nans on their heels too. So he'll look to come past them shortly in the LMP2 car. Oh, here comes Deshawn. He wanted to follow the LMP2 through. Change for the lead here. Side by side up towards turn 9. Pino's going to have the inside line, but he's got a lift. He cannot allow the contacts made. Deshawn just avoids the tyre barrier there. That there could have been absolutely genius of Deshawn Green if he could have paid it off with the LMP2 coming through.
Yeah, Daniel gave him a little bit of a little bump and run there.
Well, that there has now knocked that gap out a little bit further, Jim.
Yeah, let's go back and look at that from a different camera angle here.
So they come in. So up the inside goes the CrowdStrike car. He's then got the inside at 9. And they go 3 wide into the braking zone. Pino was not willing to give it up. Deshawn had nowhere to go. And nearly into the barrier there. So he was hungry for it. He wanted it, but he couldn't get it done.
Yeah, it's good stuff right there, man. That's why I say these two guys, man, they race each other a lot. So, that's not going to be an issue for these two. They'll get after it for sure.
I want to see Daniel Pino racing on Wednesdays, Jim.
Ooh.
I want to see him in the GT Challenge.
Right? Against the guy
Nathan Biggett.
Biggett. Yeah, well, we need a couple more guys. It was better this week. We definitely had some good racing up there, but I'd love to have 4 or 5 guys in there that were that kind of fast.
Oh, it would really put some pressure on the whole of the GT field in the GT Challenge. Of course, you can see yesterday's race out at Road America, right here on MotorMouth Broadcasting.
Yes, indeed.
It's a fantastic race all the way to the end for all classes involved.
It was.
It was an absolutely fantastic event.
I'm going to jump
next
up here
race
real
of that
quick.
series sent over to Europe as Aaron Lewis is finding his way through the GTD traffic at the moment.
Carlos is right behind him.
Yeah, he's right on him. Hot on his heels at this stage. Next up on the calendar, of course, for the IMSA series, we go racing at Laguna Seca next week.
That's a good one.
July 10th. So that's going to be a fantastic
I won't be
effort
there.
from that. No, you won't be there, Jim.
No, I will not. You're going to be broadcasting, and we'll have a special guest commentator along.
Yep, mystery co-commentator.
Yes, mystery co-commentator, and but yeah,
I called it too early, Jim. We don't head out to Europe next week in the GT Challenge. We're at Indianapolis next week, so
yes, Indy.
We end our little three-peat of US circuits at the start of the GT Challenge at Indy before heading out to Europe for round 4 the week after. Also, as well, so much more racing action coming your way, not just in High Point Racing, but outside it too. New series starting next Wednesday for some short track action. Of course, got all the other series that MotorMouth is bringing your way as well through iRacing. So if you want to stay up to date with us and hear more of our subtle tones across the land of sim racing, be sure to hit that like button, that subscribe, and that bell icon too, so you're notified whenever we have racing action coming your way. We were 4 subscribers away from 100 at the start of tonight's broadcast. We'd love to get to 100 by the end of the week, and your support means the absolute world to us. And if you're watching along with us live, or you're watching in the post variant of the show on the replay, then please, if you're watching, watch from the very start to the very end, as that means then it gets the retention rate up, and it will actually then try and send the video out to more people, so we can get more eyes on some fantastic sim racing action, and it helps support us, but also the series as well. So we so appreciate it.
Yes, indeed. And also Saturday night we start a new NASCAR series here on the channel. Eye to Eye Motorsports Xfinity Championship, starting off with a non-points paying clash race at Michigan. So that's going to pretty much be a checkers or wreckers situation. That's going to be fun. Well,
yeah, talk about checkers or wreckers, Jim. I get the absolute privilege tonight of calling an ARCA race at Martinsville. So
there you go.
And I believe we set it to 140 laps when we organised the race, so that's going to be a fun old time.
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow afternoon. I tell you what, you got a nice battle. Well, so. I'm not sure which battle you're on back, but there's a nice battle going on back there for 4th and 5th in the GTDs with Gomez and Patrick Rich, I believe it is.
Well, I was with Daniel Pino, but he has now actually started to just run away from Tashawn here. This is that battle you mentioned of Rich and Gomez, Porsche and the Lambo, battling away for P4 in class, P14 on the road.
That's a good-looking Lambo, by the way.
It's not bad. Not bad. Looks the goods. I'm liking Patrick's Porsche. That's a good look as well.
Can't go wrong with a Porsche.
No, you can't. It's currently sitting in my cart, ready to be purchased, Jim. I'll be honest. I put every single sports car that I do not own that they run now. So all the GTDs I don't own and the GTPs sitting there waiting for me to have enough money to buy it. So
I can't pay you that much. I'm sorry. I know. I don't charge rates like that. We still offering discounts here. I own every GTP car. I own every GTD car. I own every GTP car with the exception of the Acura, which I don't know why I don't own that one, because it's had plenty of times where it was super fast. But I don't. And, of course, I own an LMP2 car, but...
Well, I own the majority of the GTDs. I do not own the Porsche or the Mercedes or the Audi. And for the GTPs, I own the BMW and the Cadillac. So I don't own the Acura, the Porsche, or the Ferrari. So they're all currently sitting in my cart, ready for me to buy when I have the facilities to do that. So.
Well, we are down to about 2.5 minutes left in this race. Let's see where our leader's at. See where our leader's at. He's up here running away from the field right now. He is.
I think two more laps, Jim. I think 2 more laps.
He's coming around now. It's
they're running. He's running 1:14.
Yeah,
so
well, that's fast. 120s are more like it, but yeah.
I think he's fuel saving, Jim, because he underfueled that car in the pit stop, so he wanted to fuel save this car to the end. So that could be a factor too if he can actually fuel save it enough. So 2 minutes, 2 laps.
That's true, and Voigt is closing on him at a pretty good clip. So he's battling saving fuel, and Voigt is coming.
He can't afford to slow it up anymore because then he's just going to allow Voigt to get up to him. And with 20 seconds gap, if he slows up to make the lap 2 minutes, Voigt will get past him. So he has to push on for an extra lap now.
If he's got he might be in trouble.
He very well could be for underfueling that car. So this is the issue. If he's using auto fuel, or something like crew chief, Jim.
Yeah, it would have thrown it off because of the caution.
That throws out the fuel numbers. You know what one doesn't? Digital Race Engineers, stream sponsor, MotorMouth Broadcasting.
That is absolutely true. And go, y'all, just go try the free version of Digital Race Engineer. It's so good, and the paid is even better, but the free version is so much better than crew chief, and that's not
where
even.
Did Aaron Lewis just go?
Oh my!
Oh, he went deep down at turn 7 or turn 6.
Yeah,
so that's giving Ruiz back the podium.
Yeah, Carlos has snuck back in there. Let me hit that replay on that real quick. I think the rear end just kicked out on him, huh? Let's see.
It's either that or he's just lost it under brakes. So Carlos pulled up early.
Oh, he's sitting in deep. Yeah. That was weird. Yeah, that was strange.
I think he knew he did as well.
Yeah, Carlos slowed up a little extra heavy there to make sure he didn't hit him, I think.
So race leader on his final lap now as we head back to live, Jim.
Oh yeah, we sure will.
As he traverses down towards turn 9, so he's going to do the Formula D section, and then he'll be at the start-finish line here at the Long Beach Circuit. A fantastic race tonight, an hour's worth of racing for you, and some change at Long Beach. Caution period as well. You got everything you could have wished for here tonight on the streets of California. As Tim Keen runs it round the final few corners on board his Porsche, he'll lock himself in as the championship leader of the GTP class. As he runs it up to the line, it's Tim Keen, the master of the concrete jungle in California this evening. Andrew Voigt will then take home P2. In behind him, Carlos Ruiz will come home in P3 after a solid strategy call. Don't know who made that call, but it was a good one. And he's going to come home in P3. Kenneth Clodden in P4 at the moment. Nick Johnson as well on board on the bottom screen. The leader of the LMP2 class will come home as the race winner when he crosses the line. Daniel Pino has taken his 3rd win of the season in the GTDs as he goes 3-0 here in the High Point Racing Series.
And now Bootsy hits him in the rear end. Oh, Bootsy just smacked it into the wall.
Started. That's what happens when you drive a 4-wheel drive car.
I'll tell you what, Pino, man. Yeah, I know, right? Pino, he can do some burnouts now.
As Johnson crosses the line, he takes the win for the LMP2 class as well. But it's Tim Keen, the man of the moment and the man of the season right now. He leads the championship in the Porsche, very similar to Porsche in real life in IMSA.
Yeah, well, they're dominating.
He'll take us out to Laguna Seca next week as the championship leader.
It's quite unfortunate they can't find an Australian driver to win races in.
It's not like they can give Matt Campbell the chance to win races. They just have to give it to some Brazilian who couldn't make it in Formula One. But I digress.
Yeah, right. Oh. Okay, what am I doing here? There's no one in the interview room yet, so I guess we'll show the results. Why don't we? Well, we don't even have the results yet. There we go.
Because there are still cars who are trying to finish their race. But provisional results as they stand after tonight's event is Tim Keen, who takes maximum points for the GTP class out of Andrew Voigt, Carlos Ruiz for your podium, Kenneth Clodden. Someone's just had a wild moment down there.
Yes, well, they do that.
Nicholas Johnson takes the win for the LMP2 class as well. He finishes ahead of Aaron Lewis in the GTPs with Daniel Nance, Jason Blaine, Dylan Ackley and John Esparta. Daniel Pino takes the win for the GTDs ahead of Tashawn Green and John Voigt. In behind him with Aaron Gomez, Patrick Rich, John McKee, Mike Nitti and John Smith taking home the top 18 positions respectively.
Might help if I went the other way. There we go. Eventually I'll get there. Maybe. It's not changing.
It's not changing. Behind John, we had Donald Powell, Jose Valentin, Christian Ruiz, Richard Newman, Lakenshaw, David Gallant, Edward Delano, David Dumont, Trevor Thomas, Kevin Batchelor, and Cody Williams never got started here tonight for Royalty Motorsports, unfortunately for Cody. We have got some drivers in the green room. I have no idea who DP63 is, Jim. Which one of these drivers runs number 63? Will that help us? It's Daniel Pino. He's changed his name. Let's have a quick chat to him. Daniel, vamos, 3-0 here in the High Point Racing IMSA Championship for the GTD class. Congratulations, sir. Another hard-fought win on the streets of California.
Thanks, guys. This track was very tough in the Mercedes.
Not so confident in the Mercedes after this one, or?
No. He's losing the rear, but in the start, I let him pass the P1, the P2, because I don't wanna be the first guy in the turn 1. The Mercedes didn't brake and didn't turn with cold tires, and you saw that the P2 take like 4 seconds ahead of me. Then we got damage. I spun. I came from P8 to P1 again. Then I got damage. Then I have to pit. Bootsy, I feel that he pit with tires and fuel. I pit just fuel and low fuel. I put way lower fuel, so I have to save fuel. And then Bootsy attacked me. So it's like, wow. Yeah.
Well, it was a fantastic race, though. I mean, even as you just described it, full of twists and turns, and definitely not one that was easily won by yourself. Probably your toughest race of the season. Would you agree?
Yeah, it's a tough race, man. I didn't have to race this one, but Liam Habul just buy the track for me, so thanks, Liam.
Well, Daniel, a fantastic effort once again. If you could, and you're willing to, are you able just to give us a quick rundown in Spanish as well?
No usen el Mercedes, es muy malo.
Even I understood that.
So did I. I don't speak Spanish.
No.
See you next week, buddy.
Yeah, gracias, Daniel.
Thanks.
Yeah, even I got that one. Okay. So, that was funny. Okay.
Next up, we have our race winner here this evening in Tim Keane for the GTP class as well. Tim, congratulations. Another win for yourself. You lead the championship now in the GTPs. And just a solid performance of trying to keep this car out the wall. What was it like dealing with those two classes of traffic and avoiding the walls and keeping this car in the straight and narrow for 60 minutes here at Long Beach? Oh, he's gone. Okay, why is he gone? Why have you gone, Tim? What happened,
There he
Tim?
is. There he is. He's there now.
I got you, Tim? Okay, good. Well, Tim, solid from yourself. Another race win. You now lead the championship in the GTP class pretty comfortably. What was it like not only having to deal with avoiding the concrete barriers tonight, avoiding slower classes of cars around here, and then also keeping it on the straight and narrow as well for 60 minutes?
Personally, I mean, just glad I was able to get the pole position, get the track position, and just keep my nose clean the entire time. I don't know. I mean, just it was a good race. I know Andrew was putting up a fight there until he unfortunately spun out, but after he spun out, I just kind of cruised around. I wasn't really pushing for anything, so.
Now, I need to ask you, because it is one of my favorite in the field, Tim. Is this your personal livery, or is this one you've pulled off Trading Paints?
I pulled it off Trading Paints, but I've ran it for years, ever since it came out.
Because it looks spectacular.
I know. I think it's honestly the best.
I do love when someone puts a lot of time into a livery, but sometimes simple is best. And it just looks so clean at the front of the field. It looks so good.
I appreciate that.
Laguna Seca next week, is it going to look as good out there as it did here in California?
I think I'm going to be strong at every single race this year. I mean, heck, I should have won Daytona. I should have won Sebring, but Jim, gave me some commentator jinx there, so thanks to you. But it's okay. I did also, give Aaron back a little bit of, love since I stole his second place at Daytona. So,
well,
Florida
Florida wasn't so good for you. California could be even better though. With the going to second next
I
week.
really want to definitely double down and. Because, I mean, I honestly thought I was going to be horrible this week at Long Beach, but I'm glad I, put my foot in the door to take a commanding lead, and hopefully I can just stay there.
Well, we hope to see you continue this run of form next week into Laguna Seca, and hopefully you can obviously continue this run that you're having. It's been a spectacular start over the first 3 rounds for you, but you're just getting stronger every single week. So hopefully with Laguna, where we end our little California duo before heading back over to Detroit for round 5, hopefully next week it's just as strong as a performance for yourself. Let us know anyone you want to give a shout out to, Tim. Anyone you want to thank possibly who may be watching, and
I definitely want to give shout out to you guys. I think you guys kill the broadcast every single week. Like, you guys do great. Like, after every race, I go back and watch it, and I watch it all the way through.
I'm so glad you said that, because
that's what I'm talking about.
And I think you guys like a lot of things you guys do. Like with I seen last night where you guys went over a track map and actually described it and everything like that. Like, you guys have been killing it.
I'm so glad you said that, Tim, because
appreciate that.
This is probably the most off the rails one we've all season.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. I mean, there's just so much going on at once. So yeah, I can imagine. And then also shout out to Aaron. Me and him have been killing it. Hopefully we can keep it going and take 1-2 in the championship. And then also shout out to my dad watching. Love you.
Well, Tim, fantastic once again. Such a pleasure to talk to you. Best of luck next week at Laguna Seca. We'll see if we're chatting to you again at the end of that one.
Awesome. Yeah, I hope to be talking to you guys for the rest of the season.
No worries. Thanks, Tim.
All right, I'll see y'all. Bye.
Man,
I didn't want to tell him about Hannah Montana, Jim.
No, stop. You know what, though? It's so funny because, he kind of had some some problems, earlier at Daytona, and he did come back and steal that second place, which was arguably one of the best finishes I've ever seen at Daytona in anything, in iRacing. I mean, he literally stole that spot. It was fantastic. But his confidence over the 3 weeks,
is growing.
Oh my God! Yes, he sounds
a confident driver who's quick is a dangerous driver.
Yes.
It's someone who is tough to beat, and that confidence can take you a long way, Jim. As long as it's not false confidence. That is, false confidence will probably send you backwards. But for Tim, it's not false. He has every right to be this confident.
Oh no, he's fast. Yeah, he's fast for sure. So I'm gonna just throw this up here just in case. I've spent several hours working on trying to get the point system to show up correctly. The points going into tonight were correct, and because I put them in according to what Carlos had in the Discord, so they were correct. And now, as of now, this is what I believe to be the current correct scores in GTP. We'll verify it to make sure my system is lining up with Carlos's this week, and hopefully we'll have this as a feature at the end of these races. Now you'll know who's leading the points and how close someone is and all of that. So this is unverified at this point, but I believe it to be accurate, so we'll just go with that for now. And we'll run through this real quick and show you the LMP2 class as well. With Dylan Ackley still out there in front, we believe. But anyway, so it's just
even with a slight mistake tonight. I mean, he was dominating in the first 2 rounds, so he was always going to have a solid lead. I think he just needs to continue having a solid run through this championship. If Nick Johnson, who won tonight for the LMP2, is going to challenge him, he needs to keep this up consistently. Now he needs to keep beating him if he can.
I mean, these guys, Espada and Gallant, are not that far behind because the points are pretty plentiful in this league. So you can make up 300-400 points pretty fast. And here's the. I'm gonna go ahead and just guess that Daniel Pino's out in front.
Well, I mean, probably the most accurate guess of all time.
Yeah, well, I'm a clairvoyant apparently. Who knew?
The Oracle, Jim.
Yes, there I am. There I am. I'm sitting up on a mountaintop in Greece somewhere, smoking whatever. We'll just leave it at that. Anyway, so yeah, this is theoretically the points for the GT3s. I'll be excited to see when they get them updated tomorrow to see if we are accurate or not. But I hope we are, because I really would like to bring this feature to everyone at the end of each race, and I'll do my best to get it sorted if it's not. So, all right, man. Well, another good one.
It was a great race, Jim. I'm excited for next week. Of course, GT Challenge, we go racing at Indy. The IMSA Series, we go racing at Laguna Seca. So some classic circuits of the US of A once again on offer for us here in sports car racing through High Point Racing. It's been an absolute pleasure once again to be with you for this one, Jim. Big shout out to our stream sponsors, DRE, Digital Race Engineer, and Track Cams as well. Big thank you to them. You guys can support them and support us by following the links in the stream description. Their links are in all our stream descriptions here on MotorMouth Broadcasting, as they are stream sponsors as well. If you want to help support us, though, you can also hit the like button and subscribe, the bell icon too, so you're notified whenever we go racing here on MotorMouth Broadcasting. So much more racing action to come your way, including a brand new Xfinity Series starting tomorrow night right here on
Saturday.
The channel. Saturday night, sorry.
Well,
Saturday night.
Tomorrow night for you,
sorry,
but yeah.
Tomorrow for me, but yeah, Saturday night here. It'll be Jim and will it be Ewan with you, Jim? Or
Ewan,
somebody else? Yes.
Yeah, Ewan.
Yes. So Jim and Ewan in the booth for the Xfinity Series. Be myself and Jim next Wednesday for the start of the short track series.
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Wednesday for me, Jim. It's Wednesday for me, but Tuesday, yes, next Tuesday.
If you happen to be in Australia, that two viewers that we have in Australia who happen to be big Hamish fans.
There's a reason why I say good morning, good evening, good afternoon at the start of every show, because it means I'm covering all bases, Jim, when I say that.
Indeed. So yes, next Tuesday night we got some short track action. It's going to be fantastic. I am so excited. I love some good short track action, and then like I said, we got GT Challenge next week on Wednesday, and back to IMSA on Thursday. And I will not be with you guys for either one of those two races next week. I'm going to visit a mouse, so
that'll be fun for you, Jim.
Yes, it should be.
Yeah. Are you gonna do the princess experience while you're there?
Oh, absolutely. I'm gonna get I was gonna say I was get my hair done, but I don't.
I was gonna say hair. big baby girl, Jim. We need photos for the stream.
Yes,
the week after, Jim.
Princess. So, what do they call it? The bippity bop. It's like the bippity boppity boo salute salon or something. Yes, I'm there.
Something like that. Yeah,
I'm there.
But no, massive thank you to everyone who joined us here tonight. We look forward to seeing you guys next week for more High Point Racing sports car action through the GT Challenge and the IMSA Series as well. But I've been Hamish Rondo with Jim Cunningham alongside. Thank you guys so much for joining us once again. We'll see you guys at Indy on Wednesday night for the GT Challenge, and we'll see you at Laguna Seca on Thursday for the IMSA Series as well. But until then, stay safe, drive hard, and as always, bye for now.